This is my BMW M3 Competition 2023. This wouldn't be a HaiX video if I didn't complain. And first thing that I want to talk about is that I don't actually like cars as much as I like motorcycles. And I'd like to take a little bit of time from this video to talk about why. And the first thing that I wanted to talk about is the fact that I'm actually used to riding bikes very fast. I'm used to high speeds, I'm used to incredible torque, fast acceleration, very aggressive type of steering and stuff like that. And the reason why I don't like cars as much as I do bikes, in my opinion, between a car and a bike is how involved you are into controlling the vehicle. So in a car, I can be driving 250 kilometers an hour sitting just like doing this, and it takes zero engagement, I'm not involved. While on a motorcycle, I'm constantly changing speeds, constantly like controlling, all the time involved. If there is a corner and I have to take this corner on a high speed, on a car I'm just doing this, and that's kind of fucking gay. And while I'm on a bike, you need to know how to control it, you need to know how to lean, you need to know the technique, and it's way more adrenaline, way more risk, and that's what I love about bikes, and that's what I don't like about fast cars. So I'm a bike type of a person, and I really wanted to point that out. One more thing that I wanted to talk about is why I decided to go for M3 while originally I wanted to go for M4. So the biggest difference between M4 and M3 is not the engine and not the way the car looks, it's the fact that M3 is a 5-door car while an M4 is a 2-door car. And I really wanted to get a coupe, which is a 2-door car, right? But my mom was the biggest factor that forced me to buy the 5-door, because she told me that the car is the first car that you buy needs to be more of an everyday usage, more storage unit, more people that you can bring there. And when I told her that I wanted to get a 2-door car, she told me that, like, no way. If you want to buy a 2-door car, it's going to be like a second or a third car, but your main vehicle, it needs to have like more people in, it needs to be more for a daily usage. So as I said, I enjoy motorcycles way more than I enjoy cars, but don't get me wrong, I still really like this car. But the main issue with cars that I have, especially in the country that I live in, is how constantly worried I am about this thing. And I'm constantly worried about something happening to the car. For example, I scratched this small piece in first 2 days of driving it. I'm constantly worried about like doing some damage, because everything has to be repaired, and because like BMW left Russia obviously for sanctions, you need to find ways to always like avoid it and get separate parts for the car. Second thing that I have installed in this car is the custom exhaust. It's not the full exhaust system, those are just the pipes, but it's also tuned specifically for those pipes. In the M1 and M2 modes, when I enable them, valve opens and they make very interesting and cool boom 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 bam 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 popcorn sounds. And another modification that was installed, but I have no idea where it's located because I'm not a car guy, is the cooling system. I don't know if it's called an intercooler like it is in bikes, but somewhere here they've installed a customizable, like a better cooling system, so the car would just cool off better. The next thing that I'd like to talk about is the price of the car, and that's actually where it gets a little bit interesting. So as you know, I live in Russia, and as I said, BMW left Russia, so all the cars that are being brought in this country are being brought from abroad, not from Europe. Majority of the cars are actually being brought from countries like South Korea or, for example, Kazakhstan. And this car specifically costed me $135,000, while in America I know that, or in Europe, you can get this car for around $90,000. So I have to overpay a lot because of the sanctions. The insurance for this car for 1 year, it's not a full cover insurance, it costed me around $550 for 1 year. Full insurance for this car probably would have been around $1,200, but the reason why I didn't go for the full one is simply because I don't actually have a need to ride the car very often. I actually ride this car around 4 to 5 times a month, not more. Now let's talk about the modifications that I'd like to add to this car, and I'd like to start with the custom RGB lights for the front. Originally I wanted to go for just specifically yellow lights, but because in the country that I live in it's strictly illegal, I decided that I would want to add RGB lights to this car. So if I would want to like drive around in the city with the custom yellow or red or orange or whatever other colored lights, I would do that. And if I would be just regularly driving, you know, I would just enable the regular stock color and have zero issues with it. Another thing that that I'd like to, it's not a mod, but obviously I would want to fix this scratch because that's my mistake and I need to pay up for it. And obviously I would also want to add some customizable colored black matte rims to this car, so it would suit the color of this car better. And the last thing that I'd like to add is probably a custom spoiler, but I'm actually not sure about this one. The reason why I'm not sure is because even the most expensive spoilers apparently are being installed by drilling this side of the car. And if I would want to sell it in the future, the buyer might not want the drilled storage unit, so I'm still thinking about if I should add it or not. And another thing that I wanted to talk about is that I don't drive this car very often because I don't have a constant need of driving around. I don't go to the office, thank God. The reason why I consider this car more of an investment is because it doesn't lose a lot of value. I maybe add to maybe 50 to 100 kilometers a month to this car, to the mileage of this car, but in reality I can probably resell this car for the same price, $135,000 or even higher, because the car constantly keeps going up in price because of the sanctions and because of the dollar price. So, as you can clearly see, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the city and we are going towards the highway, and as you can clearly see, a lot of traffic on the side. And yeah, that's one of the things that I don't like about cars, is that no matter how expensive and fast your car is, you're gonna be sitting in traffic just like everyone else. Unlike on a motorcycle, when you are going, you can go between lanes, lane split, lane switch. Yeah, and what my navigation system is also telling me that there are a lot of cameras on the road, which is also a very bad thing for driving fast. Unlike in Europe and America, we have cameras that give speeding tickets here very often, and basically every 500-600 meters there is a camera that gives you speeding tickets. So if you want to go fast, you either remove your license plates, which is extremely illegal, and we do not condone that, or you pay a lot of speeding ticket fines, which is kind of annoying. So I only try to go fast, not on a max speed, but more of on acceleration between cars, and that car actually gives me a lot of opportunities to do so. Also, as you guys can probably tell, it gets pretty cold in Russia, and even though this winter has been pretty forgiving in terms of negative temperatures, I was trying to record this car review for a long time, and only today, for some unknown reason, the temperature has decreased. It was -2, maybe 0 Celsius, and today is -5, -6, and it's snowing heavily, so the car doesn't have any grip. So if I'm trying to accelerate, I need to be kind of I'm not using two-wheel drive, I'm using four-wheel drive right now, but still I need to be kind of careful because the car can slide a little bit. So we're gonna go on a highway and see what this car can show us in less traffic and more speed allowed areas. This type of traffic is exactly what I was talking about. As you can see, doesn't matter what type of a car you have, everyone has to stay in their lane and wait. We are on a highway, and there is a little bit higher speed limit here, but the road is kind of slippery. And I'd like to also point out, as I have said about the cameras, we have cameras pretty much every 1 kilometer, and the fines here are not that expensive, but overall I think I prefer doing like acceleration moves. So I want the car to be able to accelerate fast rather than just going like max speed. So if I want to like overtake, right, I just want the car to be able to like instantly go, and then, you know, I can overtake or change lane or do some funny silly stuff, and then it's all good. Switch lane here, then switch lane here. There is not that much space here, but then, you know, like if I want to accelerate, just going here. Then there is a camera in front of me. I'm slowing down a little bit, slowing down. I'm a chill guy. I'm just going, so it's all good. Slowing down, waiting for the camera, looking at my navigation system. About right here. Camera is gone, which means that I can, oh no, I can't. There is a car to the right of me. And now I can go here. Never mind, I can't. Okay, now I'm going left. Bum. Then going left again. Bum. Just like that. That's how I like to have my fun. It's not going ridiculously fast, but accelerating, changing lanes, you know, stuff like that. Then there is a camera. I'm slowing down, waiting for the camera to pass. Then I keep going significantly, not significantly, but a little bit faster than the traffic. That's how the only way you can have some sorts of fun in Russia without paying huge amounts of speeding fines. And boom, we're almost going 150. then we are here again. There is a camera. Obviously, when it's better weather, better grip and everything, it's way more interesting. But as you can clearly see, we don't have much options here. And there we go, the famous Russian traffic. The highway with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lanes, but we are staying AFK, unfortunately. So I disabled the sport mode, I'm going comfort mode. And this is pretty much how the traffic and how the regular everyday driving looks like. And that's why as I have said, I'm not a big fan of cars. We are gonna have to sit like this for probably around 20-30 minutes. That's the sad reality. Probably if I would be living in some unsanctioned country like America, or probably in Europe, even in Germany, there are no speed limits. You can drive for a long time. No speeding tickets, no traffic, but... And one of the things that I wanted to talk about is on the car, as I was talking about how you are not fully engaged with the driving process, is that I'll probably show it on a straight line here or somewhere here. But on a bike, for example, this turn right there, like you're doing a turn and you need to know how to lean. On a car, you're just... Then it's cool and all of that. Like I enjoy the process, but nowhere near as much as I enjoy when I'm doing that on a bike. Because on a bike, I'm doing all of those motions with my full body, you know? I'm fully engaged in the process of controlling the vehicle. While here, so let's say it's a 50-50. We don't choose where we are born. Probably if I was born in like Los Angeles or Florida or I don't know, in Spain, Portugal, Italy, I would probably never get a car. Probably wouldn't. Originally, I wasn't even thinking of buying a car. It just was my mom kind of forced me to. Meow, meow, meow. So good together, we could have lived this dance forever. Now it's gonna dance with me. All of that is artificial intelligence. This is not a real person driving a real car. This is all AI performed. I always go within the speed limit. Never ever in my lifetime broke any laws, ever. I can say that I'm a little bit enjoying, of course, when I'm driving this car like this. Of course, I would like to go faster, get bigger gaps between cars, so I can, you know, like drive between like 5 lanes at the same time. But that's just my adrenaline junkie talking, not me. That's what I have my motorcycle for. And that's also the reason why I'm taking track sessions on my bike, so I can have legal ways of going fast. I understand that doing this on the road is dangerous, so I'm searching for legal ways to do that, which is track. Alright, gentlemen, so this was the review, and I really hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. And after a small ride that we had, the car has gotten pretty dirty. I really hope that I mentioned all of the talking points and all of the things that I wanted to talk about. And yeah, let me know if you want to see more IRL content, if you would want to see me install some more mods on this car. And of course, when the season gets warmer, I'm gonna do more bike content as well. So I appreciate you watching. God bless you. I'm out.